Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Aaron Touchstone. This is Clicks the Keys, episode number 13. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how I achieved my goal in 2025. If you know anything about me, I am a professional at setting goals and not hitting them. I have set hundreds of goals, and I will set these goals and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to hit this goal, and then it'll take me like a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and I'll be good to go. Turns out that is not the case at all. And you need to set one goal and focus on that one task that gets you to that goal. And that's when you'll achieve it. And that's what today's video is about. How I achieved my goals in 2025 and my goals for 2026. So today I want to take you guys on a little bit of a story time. But first of all, I want to go over the series Clicks the Keys, because if you're new here, I started this about 4 months ago. I stopped doing it because I got busy with a task that I mentioned, or that I will mention. And yeah, so we're going to get into that. So let's start with how I achieved my goal in 2025. So 2025 for me was a tremendous growth year. I really wanted to grow income-wise. So that was my goal. So I'm going to take us a little bit further back than 2025. We're looking at September 22nd of 2024, the day that I got married. That was a huge day for me. And then the day after that, we went to Hawaii on our honeymoons, which was a dream vacation of mine. Should we have gone to Hawaii financially? Probably not, but we did it anyways. And it was really fun. Kind of did Hawaii on a budget. I would highly recommend it, even if you have to do it on a budget. Absolutely incredible. But once you get back from the honeymoon, that is when life comes into play. Life is, you start dealing with bills and where you're going to live and all of this good stuff. So around October 1, we moved into this apartment that you're kind of seeing here. This apartment has been absolutely incredible, absolutely amazing. But when we moved into it, we weren't concerned that we couldn't afford it, but it was stretching the budget. We were nearly house poor because of it. And so thinking about that, we looked at a few other apartments. There was one like right down the road that was like $300 cheaper. And it was like, okay, we're gonna live here for a year, live a little bit more luxurious is the easiest way of putting it. And saying, okay, after this year, we're gonna move in to the other apartment and save a little bit more money. And then I was like, man, I hate thinking like that. And thinking about that in the back of my head, like moving into a crappier apartment after year one would just kind of suck. And so this is around October 1. My business partner and I, we run a marketing company. He's also my best friend. We decided we needed to make a change in the business as well. And boy, oh boy, did we make that change. So the same time we get moved into this apartment, we realize, hey, we got to focus on getting more clients. And that's what we did. So from the start of October to January 1, we had a pretty good quarter is the easiest way of putting it. We kind of hit our goals here and there. Then we got to January 1 and had a crazy sales goal. I didn't think that we were hitting it. I mean, it was probably 30-70 if we were going to hit it or not. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. If we hit it, we hit it. And if we don't, we don't. So from January 1 to March 31st, I focused on the one task that would make the biggest difference in my life, and that is focusing on sales. And we hit it. We hit our goal by about 20% more than what our goal was. And that one quarter changed our life. And if we look at from pretty much March 31st, from October 1st, we probably just about doubled the company's revenue. And so looking back at that little time frame was like focusing on the one task is what got us there. But that momentum and the mindset change that we had, realizing that, hey, we can actually do this and build this company, just changed. And so we got a lot of energy from it, obviously making more money at that point. And things were just starting to grow. After March 31, we obviously were going into April all the way to July 1, let's say. We kept on crushing our goals. We had about the same sales goal and we beat it again. And that is where, you know, once again, focusing on one task, focusing on the selling as many clients as I could to grow the business. And that is what we did. We achieved it again. And then from basically July 1 till, let's say, October 1, that is where we kept on selling as much as we could. And at that point, it was just my business partner and I. We ended up having to hire a VA, and we may be getting more help down the line just because of how many more clients we have gotten. So all this to say, I focused on one task, and that is what made the biggest change in my life. I am a professional at starting so many different tasks and not achieving any of my goals. And now this year, I can finally say I achieved my goal of the year. And it's only taken me pretty much like 27 years of my life. Not too bad. You know, figured it would happen a little bit quicker than that, but here we are. So that is the basis of this, is like, if you want to increase your income, if you want to, let's say, lose more weight, figure out the task that you need to do to make that biggest difference in your life. So for me, it was sales, staying consistent with how many calls I was doing, making sure I sent out all the emails, making sure all the contracts got out and signed and all of that good stuff. I just locked in, and everything was sales. I just focused on it. I didn't have 15 goals for this year. I had one. And that is part of the reason why I was a little inconsistent on social media as well. It's just because I would start social media and realize, crap, this is taking away from my sales time. I want to basically eliminate creating social media content because I think I could be selling a little better. And so yeah, this entire year was focused on one goal, and it helped me achieve it. So if you're trying to achieve something in 2026, like I said, focus on that one task. And I want to go over a few other examples. If that story time kind of resonates with you, then man, it's worth it. If you need help trying to figure out what that task is, feel free to leave a comment below or DM me on Instagram or TikTok, and I'll probably answer you there as well. But I just want to go over a few things with you guys while y'all are here, and other examples of people who focused on one task and achieved their goal. Let's look at a few business people. First of all, Steve Jobs. Basically created one of the biggest companies ever. And then we look at Tiger Woods. If you think about Tiger Woods as a whole, and this is talking about one task, from basically when he was, probably 2 years old, he was on the TV show hitting golf balls all the way until like 2007. It was just golf. He was dominant. Nobody could touch him. I mean, Phil Mickelson, every now and again we get close to him, but nobody could keep up with him until obviously 2007-ish. Things started coming to his life. It seems like he kind of lost a little bit of focus on that one task, and you can see it in his career. He didn't win a ton more after 2007. He did win a few tournaments and majors, but still, he didn't focus on that one task. If we look at Warren Buffett's the best investor ever, and that is simply just focusing on one thing, and that's just learning how to invest the most proper way. If you look at Michael Phelps, the best swimmer ever, if you look at his Olympic track record as in success, but he was obviously a swimmer. I mean, nobody has touched his gold medals that he's gotten. And then if we go down to YouTube, so if you're watching this on YouTube, it's the only place I'm posting it. Mr. Beast, if you know anything about how he started, he basically got together with his friends and figured out how did YouTube work, how did things go viral, and that's what they focused on. They got together all the time and just said, how can I make the best video to make it go viral? And here we are. He went from making little, like, basically torture videos for himself, counting to like 100,000 or things like that, to now having probably over 100 employees, and he's probably worth over $1 billion just focusing on how to create the best YouTube video. If you look at Casey Neistat, that's another good example. He was a filmmaker, and I don't want to call him a failure of a filmmaker, but if you look at his career, he did have a TV show, I will say that. But him creating film and learning how to create films, I think made his daily vlogging what made him famous. I think what made his daily vlogging so good, he learned how to edit, he learned how to basically tell stories or whatever that may be, and it changed his life forever. If you probably have heard of Casey Neistat or have probably seen one of his videos. If that name doesn't resonate with you, absolutely crazy what he did with daily vlogging. If we look at MKBHD, if you know who that is, the #1 tech YouTuber of all time, and all that he did was focus on tech. Since he has focused on tech, he is now, I mean, if any product comes out that I want, what do? I look up his name with whatever item I want to look at, and that's how I get my tech reviews still to this day. And there's a bunch of other YouTube examples. You could definitely go through it, but all that is all of them just focusing on one thing, and they're just better and better and better at it, and they're experts in whatever they may be. If you look at any football player, if you look at, let's say, Tom Brady, for example, he focused on one task, being the best quarterback that he could be. So what did he have to do? He basically sacrificed a bunch of stuff to be able to focus on his football dream. And now he's the best quarterback ever, and probably will be for quite some time. You can see there's obviously evidence in just focusing on one thing. So that's why I kind of just wanted to bring to your attention is, hey, maybe don't set like 10 goals this year. Let's just focus on one and let's knock out that task. For this upcoming year, for 2026, I still have my sales goal. It's still going to be the same as this year, especially now that we can, I believe, handle more clients. I definitely still want to keep on growing as much as we can, because that is also how I increase my income as well. And obviously, I think we're going to be hiring maybe some more salespeople and stuff like that to even push the company a little bit further throughout this year. But the main goal for 2026 for me is Clicks the Keys. I don't know if I will keep that name of the series going on, or I may change it here and there, but something for me is I've always wanted a sports car or a supercar eventually. And although I could afford a sports car right now, there's something about it that I just want to achieve a goal, because I had so much satisfaction in focusing on one goal and achieving it this year that I want to do it again. So 2026 is going to be create content. This year I've been off and on with content, but I have created a little bit of an income, you could say. I probably made a little over $100 on streaming this year. I streamed for maybe a month or two max. I created TikTok short videos for about 3 weeks and probably made $40 with that. Not crazy amounts of money, but you gotta think here, we're looking at a month on both of those time frames. And then also I created a sim rig cockpit review, and I've never really done a review in my life that I can remember, and it took me about an hour to make, and I made $40 off of it. And the coolest thing about this is that video that did so well, I made it over a month ago. So that means that something that I did a month ago, put an hour of effort into, made me $40 a month later. So that means that I made passive income. So a way to create passive income. So if you see that video on my channel, if you want to click through it, that video made $40. It is the Murata Sim Racing Cockpit full review. And that was with affiliate links. So looking at that, my channel has a whole 2,100 subscribers. So that means what would happen if I had 10,000 subscribers? What would happen if I had 25 or 50 or 100,000 or a million? How much money would we be making? And the coolest part about YouTube to me is it's something that I've always wanted to do. Never really put my full effort into it, and I still think this year it's not taking my full effort, because I'm still gonna be focused on sales mostly. But it is the second thing that I'm gonna be putting the most effort into, because I do want to grow the channel. I do want to have that passive income. And I do want to have, a following on YouTube. I think it would be one of the coolest things to have. And yeah, we're just going to see what we can do over this next year. This is my goal. So if you want to follow along with my journey and see if I can achieve my goal in 2026. My goal is to buy a sports car. of some sort with the income that I create from social media, whether that be a Mazda Miata, a Porsche Boxster S. I drove one, and oh man, I loved it. People hate on the Boxster, but man, I love that car. But also, if we created, you know, enough income and had enough recurring revenue, maybe we get something like a C8 or a C8 Z06 would probably be the top of the line, where I'd be like, okay, we made it. We really hit our goal. And I think what I'm going to do is shoot for the C8 Z06. It would definitely be happening at the end of the year. But that's what I did this year. I focused on one thing and I achieved a crazy goal from it. And why not do it again? Because if social media, well, really, if my sales can compound like it did, where we started getting in referrals because we're making such a big difference in people's businesses, what can social media do if I start getting referrals on every platform, not only YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and then I start getting affiliate links here, brand deals here, or ad revenue in all 3 locations? Holy moly, it could compound drastically. So I feel like it's one of these things where I have to give it the effort. I've been creating videos for, I mean, I don't even know. I'm just looking at my channel here. I used to create a lot of like Call of Duty content. If you're looking back to Call of Duty times and their primes, we're looking probably 10 years ago. And just looking at the oldest video on my channel, apparently you can't filter it for some reason. But I am already back to 2015. It looks like 2015 was my first video of Call of Duty. So if you look back, that is over 10 years ago. Holy moly, that I've been creating content. So it's something, sorry, I just saw one of the titles of my video is Whisper Challenge, he farted. And I forgot about the Whisper Challenge as a whole, but that video was really funny. But it's things like that. I can look back and I know that I have memories also, and that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this, is because we are buying a house in 3 months or 3 weeks. We're closing on a house. And I think that would be cool just to have these memories recorded and posted as well. So anyways, I hope you all enjoy this video. If you want to like, subscribe, I invite you to, and follow my journey for 2026. If you want any advice from me, once again, I'm professional at missing all of my goals, but I did hit my goal this year. So, you know, if you want to message me or DM me on, you know, Instagram, TikTok, that's my most likely chances of reaching back out to you. Obviously, leaving a comment on this video, I'll see it as well. And I'll try and help you find that task that you need to do to push you a little bit further in your journey. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.